Hi Leo. So this video is called The Case of the Ex, and this is a tarot reading about you and your ex, and it can be an ex that you miss terribly and want to get back together with. It could be somebody you just recently broke up with. It could be somebody that you've been broken up with for a while, but maybe you're still not over them, even if you have moved on into a relationship with somebody else, or they have moved on into a relationship with somebody else. This is a general reading, so obviously all of your situations are different. So let this apply how it may, but do not force it to fit if it does not resonate with you, okay? So what I'm going to do first for you, Leo, is I am going to pull 3 cards for the energy between you and your ex for October 2017. Not looking prior to that or after that, just the month of October. And, you know, in this reading, hopefully you'll find some clarity or some guidance that you need to help you move forward, because some exes are getting back together and some exes aren't. You know, it just really depends. So, with that said, your first card out is the World reversed. So, in October, you are either mentally rehashing and replaying out the relationship in your mind with the ex, or there's a resurfacing. They could be reaching out to you, you could be reaching out to them, okay? But nonetheless, with this card showing up in the energy between the two of you, either you don't feel like it's over, or they don't feel like it's over, or that's a mutual feeling. Wow. And so here in the present, which would be around mid-October, we have this Ten of Pentacles, which I'm not going to speculate on just yet. But then the final card we have here is this King of Cups. Okay, so with that Ten of Pentacles and that King of Cups, if you guys are starting to communicate again, it just appears to be like a very loving energy. Like there's a lot of emotion within both of you. And with this Ten of Pentacles, maybe both of you are thinking about how much time, energy, and effort you had put into the relationship, because this card represents something long-term, something that was built over time. You know, it's nothing like, you know, a whirlwind type of relationship, you know, that happens really fast in a very short amount of time. This is a relationship that was experienced over many years, probably for most of you watching this that are relating to this. And October, for whatever reason, is bringing all of this to the surface. And it might be that, you know, this is finally the closure for you guys in the month of October, because tens are all about finale, completion. And the world is reversed here. So if it, you know, were upright, that is the completion of a cycle, but it's coming through reverse. So it's unfinished business that you guys have, and somebody is still in love, okay? So I'm gonna say, if you are a male Leo, chances are you are still in love. You could still be in love with a water sign, okay? If you are a female Leo, I would say somebody is still very much in love with you, and it could very well be a water sign, okay? But nonetheless, there's this energy here where somebody is still in love. That's all I can say. So let's get into your energy specifically and how you are feeling about your ex. You know, the most prominent feeling. And these could be feelings that you're aware of, or maybe not so much aware of, okay? So let's see. Okay, so first card out, Leo, is the Ace of Swords reversed. So you may feel like they're not telling you anything, or I don't know. I'm going to pull the other card. Okay, so we have this Page of Cups. And I'm just going to pull one more card because that's pretty vague. So, how are you feeling about your ex? I really believe, based on your cards here, that you think it's over for them, but you hope somewhere in the universe there may be a second chance. Somehow, some way, someday. Okay? No matter what it would cost you, no matter what people would say, like, no matter what, this lives within you somewhere about your ex. Now, with this Ace of Swords and Page of Cups reversed, you may not be communicating with your ex, and you may, okay, for a lot of you, you're not communicating with them because they may have told you to just, like, screw off and die, like, just because of this here, like, but there is this psychic connection almost, because when we have him reversed, he can definitely talk about intuition and, you know, this, so you feel very cut off from this person, and because we have another cups, a lot of you are dealing with a water sign, that's for sure. Your ex is a water sign, and I don't think you're talking to them, and if you make any attempt to, it's like, I don't feel like they either they don't reciprocate, or they don't reciprocate it in the way that you wish that they would. But for many of you, you probably feel as though there's just no way it could ever be, but somewhere inside you do secretly hope that it will be. So I'm going to pull a card to see what is the hardest thing for you to let go of about the relationship, or what you miss the most about your ex-partner. We have Kindred Spirit. Okay, so that goes back to this psychic connection, intuitive connections, very spiritual connection where maybe you don't even have to speak, because I don't think you guys are communicating regularly, if at all, because this spiritual connection exists. And this is why you are having a very hard time letting go of the relationship, whether you want to get back with the person or not. You are having a very hard time letting it go because of the connection that you share with them. And this cannot be replicated, and you know that. And I think that's why this wears on you, and I'm not surprised that, you know, water is coming through so strong. So, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. For many of you Leos. And they were your best friend. Not only were they your best friend, but they got you in a way that nobody else ever has. Or, you know, since them even. And you may have taken that for granted when you guys were together, but this right here, this is why you're having a hard time letting go. This is the connection that still remains inside of you, and this is why there's this hope that some way, someday, there may be a second chance, because you miss this so much, okay? So let's get a look at them and see how they're feeling about you. You really do wish to put an end to the distance or the lack of communication. But I just don't think you know how, or maybe your ex just isn't even open to anything like that. All right, Leo. Whew. Okay, how's your ex feeling about you? Leo, what did you do? What did you do with it? Oh, Leo. Okay, that I just said you probably took for granted, okay? When you have this kind of connection with somebody, this is very well could be once in a lifetime kind of energy and connection. Okay, it's something very special. A lot of people go their whole life looking for this and never find it. Apparently you did. That's why you're having such a hard time letting go now. But what I'm questioning is, why did you let go in the first place? Because the way your ex is feeling about you is depicted all over this card. Do I need to say more? Like, what did you do, Leo? Oh. And, you know, this here could go two ways. Either they have totally given up on the relationship, even though they put a lot of work into it, or they really feel as though you just kind of outright abandoned them, no, despite the time that you spent together, despite how much energy and effort that they did indeed put into the relationship. So your ex is in a way different place emotionally, mentally than you are about the relationship itself, the ending of the relationship, how they feel about you opposed to how you feel about them. Okay. I'm going to pull a vintage wisdom oracle to see what they miss the most about you, or what they may be having the hardest time letting go of. Because, you know, maybe they're having a hard time letting go of you. I don't know. I do see 2 10s here. But, I don't know. October looks like a big month for everybody. Oh. What do they miss the most about you, Leo? The same thing you miss about them. This card is very similar in meaning to this card, and since this card had already come out, this is the only card that could come out to tell me the same exact thing. So what you miss about them is the very thing they miss about you, the connection, the irreplaceable connection. Oh, sad. Makes me sad. Oh, you know what? There was something. I guess we'll do this together because I didn't. There was one more card I was supposed to pull for you. What is your hope, your true hope and desire for the relationship between you and your ex? Do you hope to get back together? Do you hope to, you know, just become friends? So I'm going to pull a romance angel card for you to see what you truly hope for in regards to your ex, and then I'm going to pull a romance angel card for your ex and what they truly hope for the relationship in regards to you. What you want the most is their forgiveness. Aww. What they want the most is again, this goes back to that kindred spirits and union card. The connection, the attraction, the passion, the chemistry, the energy between the two of you. Like, they really miss that. They want that. If they could have anything back, it's that. That just the energy that exists between the two of you. And for you, I don't know, let's pull 2 more cards for you. You're not expressing any of this to that person. Look at you. Here's that King of Cups again, but he's reversed, so he's emotionally out of balance. And I hate to say it, Leo, but especially if you're a male, you're the one that is still very much in love with a water sign. But you're not expressing it, you're not sharing that. Maybe you don't feel like you can. Maybe it's not appropriate to do so. Ooh, that actually, I kind of feel sad for you guys. This is just, we're just looking at the energy for October, okay? So things could definitely change in November. I do see so badly you want them to forgive you, even if you never get back together. There's just a part of you that's like, I can't imagine the rest of my whole life without you in it somehow, some way. And they just may not be open to that at all. I mean, with that Ten of Swords, Leo, this is general, but based on this reading, you're the one that really fucked up bad. Like, this is the ultimate fuck up. Like, this is potentially end all no repair kind of shit, and I think you kind of know that. Why, oh why? Is that what you ask yourself? Why did I make the decisions I made? Why did I handle it the way I did? Well, because maybe that's the way it was supposed to be, even if it feels really bad right now. You know, we all learn and grow from our experiences. So, since this is general, I am going to pull 3 different outcome cards from the Syrian Starseed Tarot deck, and then I'm going to pull 3 advice cards from the Indigo Angels deck, and you need to decide which combination of cards you are most drawn to for your outcome and advice, okay? And I'm doing this so that to try to make this more personal for you, personalized, since this is a general reading. So only pick 1 set of cards. Now I just have to shuffle the other deck. You know, for some of you, I feel as though, like, you don't feel like you can let go until your ex does forgive you for whatever it was that you did, just because of that connection that you shared. Like, maybe you really betrayed that and it haunts you. Alright, so here is card combination number 1. See if that calls your name. Here is card combination number 2. And here is card combination number 3. So go ahead and decide which one of these card combinations you feel most drawn to. If you need a minute, go ahead and pause the video, but otherwise I'm going to go ahead and start. So, Leo, if you were most drawn to card combination number 1, your outcome is Seeker of Chalice. This would be that Page of Cups upright. So, wow, you are really emotional about this ex. Allow love. Okay, so for those of you who are attracted to this card combination, what this is saying is if you want to obtain forgiveness, or you want any possible chance on a reconciliation romantically with this person, because I feel like you all have different interests in repairing the relationship. It's not just to get back with somebody. Like, I feel like you're realizing now how valuable that relationship was, and you just want some sort of normalcy established once again, to know where you stand with that, with your ex. And you know, just, I feel like there was a lot invested here. So what this is saying is, you need to kind of, you're the one that has to put it out there. You're the one that has to really apologize heartfeltly, okay? And also, whatever they have to say to you, whatever their reaction is, you need to accept that, because this card is saying, you know, even if somebody's freaking out, that may be a form of love. So you need to give them the room and space to feel what they feel, and you know, move through those emotions so they can filter it out of themselves. But if you chose this, you either need to, like, you're the one that has to put it out there, or you know, through the month of October there may be some flirtiness between you guys, some communication that's more heartfelt and tender. But nonetheless, whoever is attracted to this, October is a good month for you to really try to mend and repair whatever damage happened, without really any idea of what outcome you're seeking, whether it's just you want the air cleared, or you want to be their friend again, or you want to get back with them, okay? You need to tell them how you feel, and you need to accept whatever they say, and realize that, you know, sometimes people need more time than others. So, but with this card, there's definitely a chance. So, and here we are again, the water sign galore for you guys. Okay, so if you were attracted to card combination number 2, your outcome is the 8 of Cups. And let's see what your advice with that would be. Archangel Metatron. So with this, if you were attracted to this card combination, this is the universe saying to you, Leo, it's time for you to walk away. There's nothing more you can do at this point if you want to, like, try to repair any sort of damage, even just to be friends, or, you know, to say you're sorry, or even to get back together. Like, it's not in the cards, at least not in the month of October, okay? And with Archangel Metatron here, your advice is to really pay attention to your intuition and all the signs and synchronicities around you, because somehow, some way, that's going to yield you some information, or you're going to see things you missed, or realize something that you missed before. But nonetheless, if you were attracted to card combination number 2, the month of October is not the month to express your apologies or try to fix anything. It's really not. And there's divine intervention happening right now to not allow you guys to come back together for whatever reason, okay? So lastly, if you were attracted to card combination number 3, here is your outcome, Ascension. Okay, so your advice attached to that is, you already know. This, to me, has 2 different meanings. So if you were attracted to card combination number 3, this is saying that, because Ascension is the same card as this right here, it is saying to you, my Leo, it's time to allow this cycle to complete, and you already know that. There's nothing left here for you. even though you may still have a lot of feelings for this person and you don't feel like you just can't quite connect into anybody else the way you did with them, your cycle is complete and you already know that. So if that resonates with you and you're like, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought I would hear anyways, then that is totally your answer. Now, for others of you, I feel as though this here is saying, in order to mend any hard feelings, bridge any gap for whatever that will mean in the future, you have to rise above the entire situation and present yourself in such a light that you never have before, that really shows that you have put quite a bit of thought into who you were and what you did, and just the entire scope of the relationship, and present yourself in that light to your ex. Because the first option of cards was, you know, that Page of Cups, which is like a new offer, a new beginning of sorts, for whatever that means. It could just be communication, okay? And then option number 2 is legit, like it's over, it's time to walk away. And now option number 3 is like either or of 1 or 2, but with more of an emphasis of, instead of just an apology in option 1, here in option 3, it's like you got to be full grown in your approach in trying to mend and heal this energy between you and your ex, for whatever that means for your future with them, whether you're friends or you just clear the air and go your separate ways for the rest of this life, okay? So that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that that did resonate with you and offered you some guidance and insight. And remember, I'm just looking at the energies for October, so this, I don't really see this carrying on beyond that time frame. So I hope that you have a fabulous month. Take care.